Hello, my name is Joe Galbo. I'm the Vice President of the Meadville Dr. Martin Luther King Scholarship Fund, and we welcome you to our 2024 54th Annual Scholarship Reception. So how about you have a round of applause for that. We are excited to have 5 talented, remarkable students and to be here for the beginning of their remarkable journey. And at this time, I would like to have the Reverend Cameron Bowman, pastor of St. John Missionary Baptist Church, come forward for the invocation. Reverend Bowman.
Let us pray. Dear God, thank you for bringing us together to recognize the hard work and dedication of this year's award recipients. As we honor each name, help us to remember all glory belongs to you. Thank you for the friends and family who came to support and encourage these individuals. Without their love and support, this day would not be possible. Colossians 3:23 says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord." As we observe the many accomplishments of our honorees, we acknowledge that none of it would be possible without you. Help us always to remember to do everything with a grateful heart and to keep our focus on you. In your most holy name, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. At this time, we would like to call Dr. Ian Bennington, the Dean for Student Experience at Allegheny College, forward for some remarks. Dr. Bennington?
Thank you. Thank you. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal. 56 years, 54 years of a reception. There are very few things, very few community-engaged things that last this long. That is a testament. That is a testament to the power of this community wanting to do good. So it's my privilege to welcome you on behalf of President Cole, who would be here himself if he could be. This is a program that has a special place in his heart and in his career. I recognize that I am a poor substitute, but I will do my best. I want to thank Nancy Smith, who's been my colleague for almost 18 years at this point, and the Reverend Melissa Burnett for their invitation. That I would welcome you. I want to welcome, as we've already done, I want to welcome the scholarship students and their families. And I want to repeat, this is a big deal. I want to welcome our speaker, Kasey Burnett-Davis. And I want to recognize a couple of special guests, Superintendent Golden, Principal Higgins, Principal Fry, and Mayor Jamie Kinder. I welcome you again. I know you've been welcomed so many times to Allegheny College's campus, but I welcome you again. Nancy told me I could talk for like 45 minutes, so no, she says she knows me, so she told me to keep it quick and shut my mouth. So I'm going to say one more thing to the students in particular, and I don't know if any of you are first-generation students. I don't know what your parents' history is. But I know what I sound like to an American ear, but there's something you should know. This accent's completely made up. And this accent is, that was a serious point, Nancy. But this accent is made up for a very important reason, and it was made up so that I could feel as though I was part of my undergraduate experience, because I was literally the first person that I knew who had gone to college. And so one of the things that I did in order to make myself feel as though I belonged is I put on a particular sort of British accent, which 30 years later, and I graduated from college 30 years ago, which 30 years later I still have. So I hope that you will not have to go to such extreme measures in order to feel welcome. I have to say I didn't know what first generation was when I was a first generation student. That wasn't a thing. But again, welcome, and I congratulate all of you, and I thank those of you that have made today happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bennington. And now we have the Honorable Jamie Kinder, Mayor of the City of Meadville, that we'd like to call forward for a special proclamation. Mayor Kinder.
and thank you. I'm always really honored to be invited to this place because I'm just a regular person, and I'm normally surrounded with people that are just so much better than I am, right? So I just am always so honored and so thankful to be in a room with such people. I did not bring my proclamation because I'm scattered and could do better, right? But I did bring remarks, so I apologize, and I will get you my signed proclamation. I have been reflecting recently, and because I'm so honored and so excited to be a part of an event like this, I just wanted to just give my 5 steps to making it and being alive, right, in this world today, to the graduates and the people receiving this scholarship, right? Most of the people in this room who are my age already know these things, right? So I'm assuming because you're still alive and still okay with being in your skin. So I'm speaking to you 5 and anyone younger. I just want to give you these things because what I've noticed is in the last couple of days I've been reflecting on the people that I love and what makes it such a good life for me and to feel so blessed. And notice I said a good life and to feel blessed, not that it was easy, right? Because it's never easy. And my first piece of advice is to show up. Show up for your mama the way that you show up for your boss, right? Because she deserves it. Show up for her like she's paying you to do it. You can dress up for them, you can dress up for her. If you can smile for them, you can smile for her. And if you can respect them, you can respect her, right? And I wish I could do that every day. Do what you say and say what you do, right? If you do that, you never get caught in a lie, right? You always know what you're doing, and you're always focused. Just always do what you say you're gonna do. Now I said show up, but I mean show up. It's the least that you can do, right? This is the biggest thing that I've done, and it has made me the most blessed person, I think, in this town. If you show up to the meeting, if you show up to the dinner, if you just show up to those things, wonderful things will happen. And on a different note, all of the leaders that you see were picked from the room, right? Because they showed up. Every single person that leads was picked from that room. Doesn't matter if there was somebody more qualified. Leaders are picked from the people in the room. So just show up. Just be there, okay? Have vision, right? Number 4 is have vision. Understand that what you do has effects for the future. They have effects on the people that came before you and your family, right? Take a little bit less than you give, right? And then number 5, easy, be present, right? Just when you're in the meeting, when you're with your family, just be present, be there, listen to what they have to say. Don't be on your phone, right? Don't be thinking other things. Just be there with them that day, and that's in everything you do. In your class, of course, with your parents, with your friends, at the party, at the meeting. Just be present. Be prepared when you get there. Take the lesson, right? There's a lesson in everything. Admit when you're wrong, right? It's okay if you're wrong. It's okay if you make mistakes. Just vow to do better the next time. So those are my 5 biggest roles that I try to do to make sure that I am a decent leader, right? I'm sure there are better. And there's so many people so much better that came before me. And I'm sure better that'll come after me. But I just want you to know why I'm blessed and why it works, right? Again, it's not easy. It just works if you do those 5 things. And then I just wanted to again tell people that love me that I love them. So I'm going to give a quick special shout out to people who've made this event possible, that made sure that it keeps going for the 54 years, right? And because they love me, and I have the mic, right? So I get to say something. So so I'm going to. I just want to thank of course, Melissa Burnett and Dr. Dixon, for loving me, right, for being there for me, and letting me know when I need to do better, right? And they will do that. They will tell me. They will tell me that, and I love them for that. So embrace those people that do that for you. Embrace those people that love you and will tell you to do better. And don't be mad when they tell you to do better, right? Because they love you. So with that, I want to thank the MLK Scholarship for being here for 54 years. I want to thank you for giving the people who live here opportunities that maybe they would not have had. I want to thank the people here for raising the money, for putting on the events, for taking the time that you're not paid, right, to do, and making events like this happen so that people have opportunities that would not, right? You're creating people that could not have made it without you. So I want to give kudos to the MLK Scholarship, give kudos to those people that give that time, and thank them for making Meadville a better place every single day. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Kender. At this time, we call forward Mrs. Tracy Balsamo and Brooke Heigl to present us a wonderful tune, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Welcome back, and we would like, how about a round of applause to Allegheny College, who sponsored that great feast, and Red Brick Catering. Now, it gives me great pleasure to bring, well, just before I do that, we'd like to acknowledge Armstrong, who is taping this and has taped this event for many, many years. And we will be talking about Crawford Gives, which is a big event that's coming up here in really a few weeks. We'll have quite a few mentions of that in the latter part of our program at this point. But at this point in time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the chair of our scholarship committee, who has done this spectacular job of arranging for all of this today, and will be introducing our featured speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Melissa Burnett. Go directly. Oh, I'm so sorry. This will be, actually, Reverend Roberson will be doing the introduction. So if you're scoring at home, and I should have read the program more carefully, Reverend Roberson, would you please introduce our great speaker?
Glad to do so. Give it up for Mr. Galvo. He's a great MC. He is. It's all right. I'm going to make some mistakes too, so don't worry. Well, I have the distinct honor and privilege to introduce our guest speaker on this evening. First of all, give yourselves a round of applause for being here on this evening. I get the chance to introduce Reverend Melissa Burnett's baby boy, Mr. Kingsley Burnett-Davis. I'm sorry, Kasey. I messed that up. And I'm looking at it too. My apologies. You are rubbing off. Kasey Burnett-Davis, Associate Director of Development and Major Gifts, hailing from Meadville, Pennsylvania. Kasey Burnett-Davis brings a warm-hearted Midwestern spirit as guest speaker for the 54th annual Dr. Martin Luther, is it 50? I'm sorry, it's the 56th annual. See, again, I messed that up.
I started that.
Okay. 56th annual Dr. Martin Luther King Scholarship Reception. His talk on dedicated, accountable, relentless, and tough, DART, promises to be insightful, drawing from his unique blend of experiences and achievements. Kasey is a 2010 graduate of the Meadville area senior high school and also a 2010 MLK Award recipient. He continued his education at Edinburgh University, earning a bachelor's degree in psychology. I failed psychology, so he must be one smart brother. His journey there was a remarkable one. From the intense world of Division I wrestling, he has a 3-time letterman and a member of the 2015 third place national ranked wrestling team for Edinburgh University under the head coach of Tim Flynn. He would go on to earn his master's in the sports administration from Cornell University, Irvine. With a background in competitive wrestling, he brings a unique blend of discipline, resilience, and teamwork to his work. This was evident during his tenure as Associate Director of Development at Cornell University from 2019 to 2023, and currently as an Associate Director of the Development and Major Gifts at Syracuse University, athletics. Kasey has consistently impressed with his ability to build strong connections and drive impactful fundraising efforts. We're gonna need you for Crawford Gibbs. All right, in conclusion, beyond his professional achievements, Kasey, his commitment to his community shines through, reflecting the genuine warmth and kindness of Meadville and its people. One fun fact is I asked Kasey, I said, Kasey, tell me something that people don't know about you. And Kasey told me that he will beat anybody in golf here. So he said, bring it on. No, he didn't say that, I'm just kidding. Without further ado, I bring to you our guest speaker. Again, Melissa Burnett's baby boy, Mr. Kasey Burnett-Davis. Give it up for him as he comes.
All right, can everyone hear me? That was great. I just want to start out by just saying it's awesome to be home. This place is so unique, and just growing up as a small town kid, you look around and see all the people you used to see when you were 17 years old, and now you're 31, and you wonder, I guess I'm supposed to be up here because look at the journey we've taken. So I certainly won't be before you guys long, but I do want to really give back to my community. And, for now, it's just my experience in life. So I just want to kind of share that a little bit. And then hopefully it inspires some of you guys to do something big and better in your futures. And again, proud Meadville grad. And I know that you guys are, as well as your family. So if you can bear with me for a little, I think I got a decent message for you guys. And here we go. All right. So first off, I'm honored for the invitation from the board to speak today. I want to thank the board members, obviously, for this wonderful opportunity. I also must express gratitude to my family and friends that are here today, especially my parents. Thank you guys for your unwavering support and belief in my future. Your sacrifices, your love, your encouragement has shaped me into the person that I am today. So thank you. A few years ago, I was sitting out there to receive this award. And I just want to give a big congratulations to tonight's recipients. You represent the bright future of leaders from our community, and I'm thrilled to see where your journeys take you in life. As you sit there and listen to me speak tonight, I want you to think about two things, and I'm talking to our recipients. I want you to think about two things. Who are you today, and who do you want to be when you grow up? Everybody says that, right? But I encourage you to really take this time to actually think about it. On my journey, not long ago, I was sitting on my mom's couch, working a job I wasn't proud of, feeling like maybe I wasted some time, and I wasn't setting out to be the person I truly desired to be. But today, I want to talk to you a little bit about life and provide some tools that I have been given that have helped me pursue my career and my happiness today. So again, if you can just bear with me a little bit, I got some really important tools I'd like to share, and hopefully you guys can take along on your journey as well. So in this life, everybody wants to accomplish goals, but the reality is only a select few are willing to do what's required to accomplish them. It's easy to dream a dream, but it's actually very hard to live it. As I stumble upon 32 years old in June, not exactly where all that time has gone, I just want to talk about the 4 questions I ask myself when I set out to accomplish the things I have in my life and the things I'm going to accomplish in the future. And those questions are, am I detailed? Am I accountable? Am I relentless? And am I tough? Many of you know that I spent my life as a wrestler, navigating the highs and the lows of competition, as it was through this journey that I learned that life itself is very similar to my sport. But now I must prioritize the importance of setting and pursuing goals with precision and determination. Because guess what? I didn't have everything figured out at 18 either. Growing up in this small town, I faced challenges, limitations that are all too familiar to some of us. But in the face of these challenges, I learned the power of being detailed in my pursuit of happiness. Just like Martin Luther King Jr., I crafted a vision for success and mapped out a plan to achieve it, leaving no detail overlooked. I asked myself, do I know every step it takes to get to where I want to be in life? And am I willing to put the work in? If the answer is no, you must reevaluate how you're living and revisit if those are actually your goals or if they are just words. I quickly learned the value of accountability. Every match, every practice, every task on my job, I had to ask myself, am I being accountable for the actions to get where I want to go? For a period of time, the answer to that question was no. But as I reflect on my life today, I know it's truly holding myself accountable and making sure that I took the risk and made the right decisions that have guided me through the path of life I've taken. I challenge everyone to ask themselves, how can they accomplish the things in life they claim they want to do if they're unwilling to hold themselves accountable to make those things happen? Blame others less. Respect yourself, encourage yourself, and become who you say you want to be. Reaching the top of your fields and studies obviously will not be easy. But if you're willing to do what's required, setting the path to greatness is a little bit more feasible. But perhaps the most challenging of these questions is asking yourself, are you relentless? I faced many setbacks and obstacles that have threatened to derail my dreams, but I refused to let them define me. I didn't let words like, you're not cut out for this, you're underqualified, stop me from doing what I claimed I wanted to do. Instead, I remained relentless in my pursuit of excellence, pushing through adversity and unwavering determination, and setting out a mission to remind myself, this is what you said you're going to do, so get out there and do it. It's easy to think opportunities will fall into your lap, but I encourage you all to set out on a mission to find out what separates you from those around you and outwork the competition. Everyone works hard. Everyone gets degrees. But what traits do you have that separate you from the pack? And lastly, when the journey gets rough, and trust me, it'll get rough, it's extremely challenging at times. You must ask yourself, are you tough? Am I tough enough to stay on course when faced with oppositions in this fight for personal success and accomplishment? When I get scared, when I don't get the things I want, when that job doesn't call me back even though I applied 5 times. Will you stick to the plan you mapped out to yourself or stumble off the path? Because no one has more of an impact on your life trajectory than yourself. People will hate. People will be jealous. People will tell you you can't. But remind yourself that you can and you will. And life will always be perceived as tough and challenging, but everyone can be tough. So ask yourself, am I willing to run through the flames at times? Today, I am the Associate Director of Development for Syracuse Athletics, and before this at Cornell University. And while that is due to the support of many of you in this room today, I am also very proud of myself, because when I reflect, I can say in confidence that I know I set real goals and I stayed on the course to become someone, and not just someone, but the person that I said I was going to be. And while at times the job titles in terms like the Power 5 and pay the athletes with NIL dollars make me wonder, how on earth did the small kid from Meadville get here? I remind myself that it is at no surprise, because I set goals and I stayed true to them. I had a support system that challenged me to be more every day. And again, as I wrap up, I do want to just congratulate the recipients tonight. As you attack this game of life and pursue all the great things I know you will accomplish, I ask you to just remember a few things. Respect your parents and your support system. Those are the people that care about your life the most on this planet. And lastly, please do not forget to ask yourself these 4 questions along the way. Am I detailed? Am I accountable? Am I relentless? And am I tough? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand please, Mr. Kasey Burnett-Davis. In our 56th year, Mr. Bennington, or Dr. Bennington covered for me at 54, but in the 56 years that we have been doing this, it is nice that the fruits of our collective labor, the fruits of the students' work, and the fruits of this committee are able to come together and to be able to witness something as wonderful as that. And we were glad to be there, but again, the majority of the work was you, sir, but we were glad to help in some way on that. And we thank you for coming back and sharing that with us and our wonderful students that we're going to be honoring here in just a little bit. Right now, we'd like to bring Mrs. Tracy Balsamo and Brooke Huggerl up again for a selection of variations by Handel. And as we do that again, we thank Armstrong for bringing this into your living rooms. Oh, yes. Yep. They have been a community partner for many, many years and provide coverage to a lot of worthy organizations. We're very, very proud to be among those that they bring into your living rooms and the important mission that we do and so many in the community at this point. Great job, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Tracy Balsamo and Brooke Hoggerell. Thank you so much. So I had a great introduction going earlier that was a little bit premature, so we're going to give it again. And this is a woman that deserves 2 introductions in the course of an evening. Ladies and gentlemen, all of this that you see before you, this room tonight, the entire process that went into choosing among so many deserving students this year, the person that guided the way, that organized all of this, that spent many, many hours putting into this year's event that we all come to fruition tonight, is from this woman that I'm about to introduce at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Melissa Burnett. You are.
Joe makes me feel so important. But it's truly my honor and my passion, my love for what I do in the community. It's indeed my pleasure, my honor to be the chairperson for this esteemed event each year. I've done it for about 23 years, and I'll do it until I don't do it anymore. But it's my honor this evening to stand before you to celebrate our 2024 MLK Scholarship recipients. You're going to hear from each one of them as I introduce them. But for now, I'm going to need a receiving line. So I'm going to ask some of you people to come forward. I need the board here. Come forth now. We want Dr. Dixon in the mix up here, our former president of the MLK Scholarship Board. I would like our superintendent for Crawford Central School District in the reception line, Mr. John Fry, our principal for.
Just that mic is on right now.
Oh. I'm thinking I'm talking in this one, and I'm talking from this one. Is it Dr. Benninger? Den. We would like you in the reception line. We want the mayor, Jamie Kinder, in the line. Let me see if there was anybody else. Our distinguished speaker, Mr. Kasey Burnett-Davis. I would like Sue Wyckoff, our sustainability committee member. And I think that should do it. If you want to just go down. And as I introduce our recipients tonight and hand them their award, they will come down this line, they will shake everyone's hand, feel really special, because you are special, okay? The Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Fund was formed in 1968 to provide scholarships to Meadville senior high school students. This fund is a perpetual endowment managed by the Crawford County Heritage Foundation. Each year, scholarships are awarded to bright and talented students who graduate from Meadville Area Senior High School. The criteria for this award are based on the scale of a 3.0 to a 4.0, which you'll hear tonight that just about everyone in here was way over that. So they're definitely well qualified, along with an acceptance to an institution of higher education. This evening, we will award over $9,250 to 5 deserving students. Come on, let's give it. And it's because of cheerful givers like yourselves who will pursue a post-secondary degree. So now it is my honor to introduce and congratulate the 2024 MLK Scholarship recipients. And we're going to start tonight with Miss Aubrey Decker. Now you'll do the shaking of the hands after I read your bio. I didn't say that, so it's no shame. Okay? But you can come up front. So I want everyone to see you. Miss Decker is the daughter of Mr. Thomas Decker and Mrs. Jennifer Straub. Her weighted GPA at the Meadville Area Senior High School is a 5.21. Aubrey participated in several extracurricular activities, which included the Key Club, she was the treasurer, the varsity volleyball team, the club volleyball, boys volleyball manager, varsity softball, the PMEA district chorus, the District 10 runner-up for volleyball and Region 3 champion for volleyball, a member of the National Honor Society. She's a member of Grace Church. Aubrey is accepted to the Kenneth P. Dietrich School of Arts and Science at the University of Pittsburgh with an intended field of study in psychology. Her goal is to one day become a guidance counselor. She is described as a motivated, reflective learner of life. She's a problem solver with a purpose to help others. So can we give an applaud to Miss Aubrey? We present this certificate to you today. Congratulate the MLK Dr. Martin Luther King Board. Congratulates you for receiving this 2024 Dr. King Scholarship. The function of education is to teach one to think intensely and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the true goal of education. So thank you. So we can come over here and we can get pictures with her. And then you can shake everybody's hands. I need the president and the vice president in this picture. Oh, all right. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Now, can we give applause for Audrey? You can go that way. Okay, our next recipient is Cameron Guffey. Cameron is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Cameron and Bonnie Guffey. Her weighted GPA at the school is 5.43. Cameron was involved in several activities in school and held offices in many. She was a cross-country chaplain for 2 years. She was in a prayer group. She was the founder and the leader of that prayer group for 3 years. She's a swimming captain for 2 years. She was a church worship team and Sunday school teacher for 6 years. She is self-employed as a piano instructor and has instructed for 2 years. Soccer captain for 3 years. What a leader. My gosh. Track and field for 4 years. She was in the National Honor Society as a VP, the Rotary Club Leadership Awards summer camp attendee, and she was a high honor roll student. Cameron is accepted at Slippery Rock, where she will pursue a degree as a physician assistant. Her goal is to become a great physician assistant. You got to know what you want, and you got to do what you say you're going to do. Is that what the speaker said today? And one day serve her community by helping others become better healthy. Cameron exemplifies dedication, drive, and ambition, and her motivation comes from her strong sense of purpose and her desire to make a difference in the world. So let's give Cameron a hand clap. Here, the picture. There you go. And I hug. I'm a hugger. So if you want to go that way, come on, let's give her another hand clap. All right, one more hand clap for Cameron. Our next recipient is Lillian Groover. Come on to the stage. She is the daughter of Miss Susan Groover. Am I saying that right? Yep. Okay. Her rated GPA at the Meadville Area Senior High School is a 4.2. During her high school years, Lillian participated in several extracurricular activities as well, which included the concert choir, the treble choir, mash cappella, the forensics club, Spanish club, key club, prayer group, echo people, student government, high honors and honor roll, the social media coordinator, the vice president. In her free time, Lillian spent time volunteering at the French Creek Cleanup Day, the All-Timers Walk, the Key Club Special Olympics, the Key Club Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast, church youth group, Sunday school, church praise team, church choir, Key Club babysitting, and Key Club highway cleanup. She received the Key Club service recognition for 60+ hours of service in her 11th grade year. Lillian is accepted to Till College, where she will pursue a bachelor's degree in early childhood and special education. Lillian is described as an exceptional student. Her involvement extends beyond the school environment. Her commitment to her faith and desire to serve others are evident in all aspects of her life, both within and outside of school. Let's give her a hand clap. They all say the same thing, so I won't read it again, but let's congratulate Lillian Groover. Thank you. All right, let's give it up. We're going to welcome to the stage now Solomon Arias Manaz. Did I say it right? Solomon is the son of Mr. David Arias Castillo and Sandra Manaz Chavis. If I mispronounced anything, I'm sorry. His weighted GPA at the Meadville Area Senior High School is a 4.27. Solomon participated on the varsity soccer team, the Meadville Jazz Band, where he was the first seat at drums, the honor roll. Solomon attends Elevate Church. Solomon is accepted at Penn West Edinburgh, where he will pursue an Associate of Science in Aeronautics. His goal is to become a commercial pilot. He is a very talented young man and musician. He loves playing his drums and will continue to use his musical skills at his church, and he welcomes other opportunities. His hard work and rapport with his friends are received and appreciated. Let's give it up for Solomon. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Come on, one more time for Solomon Manuse. And our final recipient this evening is Lucas White. Lucas is the son of Mr. Joel and Darcy White. His weighted GPA at the Meadville Area High School is a 5.6. Lucas was involved in several activities in school and held offices in many. He was the vice president for the Spanish Club, the girls' volleyball manager, the marching band section leader, volleyball for 4 years, key club for 3, track for 2, chorus for 3, chess for 2, senior council for 1, soccer for 2, student government for 3, dance for 8 years, National Honor Society and High Honor Roll. Lucas received the Presidential Award, the National Rural and Small Town Recognition Award, the Erie Bank Scholarship. Lucas is accepted to Kent State University, where he will pursue a Bachelor's of Science in actuary mathematics. Yes, if you put your mind to it, you can say it. Let me say it again. Actuary. Yes, mathematics. Lucas is described as a creative, kind, and compassionate individual who is always willing to help his fellow peers, tutoring them and doing things and helping them. Sometimes you learn better from your peers. He reflects a maturity and a depth of critical thinking beyond many of his peers. So let's welcome and congratulate Lucas. Congratulations. Now that we have introduced them and given them their certificates, each one of them will have the opportunity to come forth and give an acceptance speech. So we usually do that after, so you can please be seated. And we're going to hear from them now. And then the next voice you hear after them will be our MC for tonight. So we're going to call Audrey first, Audrey Decker first.
Hello everyone, how are we doing today? Wonderful. Awesome. I'm going to preface I am no public speaker, so you're going to have to bear with me. But I am so honored to be here, so it's the least I can do. With me today, I have brought my family, my mother and stepfather, Joe and Jennifer Straub, along with my father, Tom Decker, and siblings Brendan Decker and Delaney Straub. These people are the reason I am here today. They have told me from the start to get good grades, take the challenging classes, and be involved with as many activities that will fit on my plate. They have told me, or I already said that, they really encourage me and inspire me to be my best self, and I'm so appreciative of them. I would like to thank the Dr. Martin Luther King Junior Scholarship Committee. This committee works year-round, very hard to give students the opportunity to receive such a generous scholarship. Your commitment to the foundation and students attending Meadville Area Senior High School does not go unseen and is very much appreciated. I've had the pleasure of receiving this wonderful scholarship. This award will greatly contribute to my educational goals. and I couldn't be more thankful for it. In the fall, I will be attending the University of Pittsburgh. There, I will start my educational journey, gaining a bachelor's degree in psychology. I will then go on to get a master's degree in counseling. Following my completion of my education, my goal is to become an elementary school guidance counselor. I want to be able to touch the lives of children who need it the most. I plan to provide them with the individual attention they need and influence them in a positive manner. Children are the future and should be given every opportunity to have the support they need in order to grow and get the successful lives they deserve. Not only has this scholarship benefited me financially, but also my confidence in myself. The mission of the Dr. Martin Luther King Scholarship Award is to award scholarships to graduates who are talented, bright, who exhibit the principles of Dr. King in scholarship and character. I almost didn't apply for this scholarship. I figured that everyone else was going to, and there would be no point. I didn't think that my qualities and life goals would stand out compared to my outstanding classmates. I knew that I definitely wouldn't win if I didn't apply, so I did it anyways. Getting a call and being informed that I won shocked me. I was not expecting to win in the slightest, and knowing that I was recognized and chosen based off of my character, along with the years of hard work I put in to reach this point in my life, has greatly boosted my confidence. It has reassured me that giving my all for everything I do and being the best version of myself will always pay off. That I will carry with me and continue to exhibit throughout my education and life that follows. Again, thank you to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Committee. This opportunity I will forever be grateful for.
Ms. Cameron Guffey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very glad and appreciative to be speaking with all of you today. I'm joined by my parents, Bonnie and Cameron Guffey, who I'm very grateful for and I love very much. They've dedicated a lot of their time to making my life as great as it can possibly be. Recently, their time and love has been used helping me reach my goal of becoming a physician assistant. I got really tired during my junior year of having to answer the question of, what are you going to do after you graduate with? I'm not really sure yet. So I knew there were a lot of jobs out there that I hadn't been exposed to, so I did a research project to find the perfect one for me. My list ranged from beekeeper to scuba diver to Ayurvedic healer. I mean, it was all over the place. And it wasn't just an isolated field either. I had environment, business, medical, science, but by the end of the project, I still hadn't found my dream job. My teacher was looking over it, and she realized that the majority of my top picked jobs were all in the medical field. After that, I really started considering medicine as an option for me. That project led to a love of medicine and health in general, and now I'm fully obsessed with any medical fun facts or information I can get my hands on. I bounced back and forth from my job choice from midwife to surgeon, once again, all over the place. And it wasn't until I discovered physician assistant that I realized that it was definitely for me. Slippery Rock University has a fantastic PA program, which is why I will be studying exercise science as my undergrad in order to gain my master's in physician assistant studies. I get to learn more about the body, medications, techniques, and healthcare while getting to have a direct relationship with the people I'd be working with. Now, one problem I discovered working as a soccer referee 2 summers ago is that being around people and interacting with them is a must in whatever field I choose. As a ref, I would stand, blow the whistle, stand, blow the whistle, and then leave. It was terrible and I was miserable. I wasn't helping anyone or building any relationships. So teaching piano showed me the exact opposite of that because I had so much fun with it and I left every lesson happy. I was helping my students learn and I got to watch them grow every single week and it was very rewarding. Getting to know them was half of the fulfillment as well. And the beauty of being a PA is that I get to master the subject that I'm learning about, practice it, but also get to create those same connections between coworkers and my future patients. Now, one downfall of falling in love with this career path and the idea of being a PA is that it requires a master's degree. Now, that's unfortunate because college is so expensive lately, and it meant that I had to wait 6 years in order to fulfill my dream of becoming a PA and start treating people. This dream became much scarier when I realized the amount of debt that I would accumulate after my years of being in college. So that's why receiving this call from Mrs. Burnett was so uplifting and so exciting for me, because it meant that part of that burden was being lifted off of my shoulders, and I'm so grateful for that. It put my mind a little bit more at ease entering the final stretch of my high school career. I'm extremely grateful to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Board for, number one, working tirelessly to make this organization a staple in our community, two, putting their time and effort towards helping local kids reach their goals, and for three, including me in this year's recipients list because it's quite an honor to receive their gift. Thank you for being a group dedicated to serving the students of this town and for this lovely event today. I hope you all have a fantastic evening, because I know I have. Thank you.
Miss Lillian Groover. Let's give her applause as she comes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lillian Groover, and I'm a senior at Meadville Area Senior High. My guests here with me tonight are my mother, Susan, my grandmother, Judy, my Aunt Renee, great cousin Pat, and Aunt Michelle. These women have all had a big part in raising me, and have all shaped me into who I am today. I thank these ladies for attending this outstanding event with me and being here to support me through yet another milestone. I appreciate all that you have done for me through my entire life. It is a bittersweet to start this new adventure, but I know I can accomplish anything with you all by my side. I would like to take a moment here and extend my deepest gratitude to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Board. They've helped so many students before me, the ones here tonight, and many more to come after me. Without them, attending college would not have been possible for me. I come from a single mother household and lower class income. My mother sacrificed so much for me through all my endeavors. College has always been a big dream for me, to be able to get the education that I need to help change the world. But at some points, that's all I thought it would be, just a dream. However, this scholarship from the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Board, I have finally the chance to make my dream a reality. I have a long connection with the MLK associations, and have been dreaming of this moment for about 5 years. When I was in 8th grade, I was a student within the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. after-school program. It helped me thrive and open my mind to many new careers. My grades and work ethic would not be as strong as they are now if I had not attended the MLK program. Then, over the summer of 2020, the dreaded year we all know, I became a peer mentor in the MLK program, over Zoom. It was an experience that I will never forget. Once we finally came back into school, working with the students in person was just a wonderful experience. This takes me to the wonderful lady that we all know, Dr. Amindia Dixon. I want to give her the thanks and praise that she deserves for believing in me, helping out my family in hard times, and always reminding me that when I became a senior, I must apply for the MLK scholarship. I have never forgotten her actions over the 5 years that I have known her. And I may have never applied to this scholarship if it wasn't for her telling me about it back when I was still a middle schooler. Once again, thank you, Dr. Dixon. You will forever be an important figure in my life. I will forever be thankful for the MLK program and the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Board. My future plans are to attend Teal College this fall and obtain a bachelor's degree in early childhood education with special education. I've always loved working with children, and I want to make a positive change in the world. Children with special needs do not receive the same amount of love and respect within our schools as they should, and I want to be a person who stands up and changes that. All children deserve to be given the same effort and love inside the classroom. If I can change one child's life, to me, that's all that matters. With this scholarship, I now have a chance to advocate for all children and provide them with a safe and nurturing environment for their learning. Thank you to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Board once again for this life-changing opportunity. I'm beyond proud to be here tonight as one of the 5 recipients to accept the 2024 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship. I want to congratulate the other scholarship recipients here tonight. You are all amazing young men and women and will do so many great things in your lives. I would now like to close my speech with the Bible verse that I model all my actions, my thoughts, and my life around, Colossians 3:23. This reads, "Whatever you do, whatever your task may be, work from the soul. That is, put in your very best effort, as something done for the Lord and not for men." I am a proud 2024 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship recipient. Thank you all for being here this evening.
Dr. Solomon Lanuz.
Good evening. Thank you all for having me speak today on behalf of the MLK Scholarship Board. First, I would like to introduce my guests, my dad, David Arias, my mom, Sandra Arias, and my sister, Kayla Arias. Also my English as a second language teacher, Ms. Harding. Thanks to her and my parents' help as well, as I have been able to achieve and complete all my goals since I got to America. 2 years ago, in March 2022, my life as I knew it changed completely. My parents made the decision of moving from Mexico to the United States in order for me and my sister to have better opportunities. I still remember the first day I came into school, all confident about my English, thinking I was gonna be fine and being able to communicate with no trouble at all. Turns out, the English I started learning since kindergarten wasn't good enough to fully express myself. That's the first challenge I was faced with since I got to America. Thankfully, Ms. Harding was always there for me and my family. I've never seen a teacher so dedicated to her job than her. She really cares for us. Thanks to her, my English level improved significantly, and because of her help and support is the reason that applying and getting accepted into colleges has been possible. Music has always been my passion, and I've always dreamed of playing drums in a famous band somewhere in the future. When I got into America, I got even more passionate about music and playing drums. But also something else grabbed my attention, and that was becoming a pilot. But since joining the Army to become one isn't an option right now, becoming a commercial pilot was my plan B. Thanks to the MLK scholarship, attending college is now achievable, since this aid is of real help for me and my parents. With this money, the dream of becoming a commercial pilot is now even closer. I will be attending a 2-year program at Penn West Edinburgh, where I will gain an associate's degree of science in aeronautics. I plan to keep playing drums here for their ensembles that are available, and I will also will be playing drums for my church with our worship team. Finally, I would like to thank God first for this scholarship. I would like to thank my parents and my sister, because without them, all these opportunities for our futures that we've given the chance to be part of wouldn't be possible. I would like to thank my ESL teacher, Ms. Harding, because of her great support and dedication to me and my family. I would like to thank my music teacher, Mr. Walter, for all this great advice on what I should do with my future and for making me a better and complete musician. And to all the members of the MLK Scholarship Board, the President, Dr. Nancy Smith, the Vice President, Mr. Joseph Galvo III, the Secretary, Reverend Melissa Burnett, the Treasurer, Mary Lynn Morin, the Program Administrator, Dr. Armendia Dixon, Mrs. Tracy Bosimo, Ms. Heather Curtis, Reverend Jackie Robertson, Mr. Jim Shields, Mr. Long Wilson, and Ms. Tierra Wofford. I am nothing but grateful to all the board members for considering me and giving me the chance of being able to receive this scholarship. Thank you all.
And our final recipient, Luca White.
Good afternoon to everyone in attendance. I'm incredibly honored to be and grateful to be here at the reception for the prestigious MLK at Scholarship. Attending with me today are my mom, Darcy Shomfa White, my dad, Joel White, and my sister, Ella White. I would like to thank them for sacrificing not only their time to be present at this reception today, but for the countless hours they have spent at my sporting events, musical performances, and all my other miscellaneous activities. To begin with, I would like to congratulate my fellow scholarship recipients, Cameron Guffey, Lillian Groover, Aubrey Decker, and Solomon Arias Munoz. I would also like to thank our guest speaker, Kasey Burnett-Davis, for being with us here today. I would secondly like to extend my extreme gratitude to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship and to their wonderful committee for selecting me as a recipient of this scholarship. I feel very fortunate to receive your financial support in my post-secondary endeavors. It is such an amazing feat that this scholarship is able to continue supporting members of this community in years past, now, and for years to come. Finally, I would like to personally thank Reverend Melissa Burnett, Chair of the Meadville MLK Scholarship Committee, and Dr. Nancy Smith, the President of the MLK Scholarship Fund. Your continued dedication to this hospitable foundation is vital to the continued success of MASH graduates. My future plans include attending Kent State University in Ohio in the fall of 2024 and studying actuarial mathematics. After completing my bachelor's degree, I plan to continue my education with an internship as an actuarial associate or analyst. Once again, I'd like to express my gratitude to the MLK Scholarship for the financial support of my secondary education. Thank you all for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have all the scholarship winners come forward? We're going to get a picture. And we'd also like to acknowledge our good friend, Mr. Keith Gusher from the Meadville Tribune, who have covered us from the beginning. Keith, you want to come forward so you can get a picture? Well, not your picture, but you can take a picture of him.
Yeah.
We'd also like to acknowledge our good friend Kevin from Armstrong, who's getting shots also back there, too. What a fine-looking group. You can applaud them while they get their picture taken.
Yeah. You guys all set? I'm not. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah, easy, Jim. Thank you very much. You can be seated. Keith had me back out of the picture, because there's a lot of me, and I probably should have gone to Ohio to make sure that I wasn't in the shot. At this point in time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you somebody, again, that's vitally important to these young people's lives and also to all the students here in the greater Meadville area. I'd like to introduce Dr. Jennifer Galden, Superintendent of the Crawford Central School District. Dr. Galden.
Good evening. Today, I am honored to congratulate the scholarship recipients. I decided to speak to you about a profound quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a leader whose words and actions continue to inspire us all. Dr. King once said, "Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." This simple yet powerful statement expresses what education should aspire to achieve. Education is often perceived as knowledge, facts, figures. We spend years of learning various subjects, solving complex problems, and striving for high grades. Your intellectual growth is undeniably important, and these words remind us that education extends beyond academic achievement. It's not just about becoming smart. It's about becoming wise, compassionate, and principled individuals. This is also exemplified in our strategic plan mission statement as core values of respect, inclusion, honesty, compassion, and excellence. Intelligence equips us with the ability to think critically, solve problems, and innovate. It allows us to understand the world around us and to contribute meaningfully to society. However, without character, our intelligence becomes unproductive. Character is the compass that guides our actions and decisions. It shapes the way we interact with others, the choices we make, and the legacy we leave behind. It is through character that we learn to use our intelligence for the greater good, to uplift others, and to create a more just and compassionate world. Dr. King's own life is a testament to the fusion of intelligence and character. As a scholar, he had a keen intellect and a deep understanding of social issues. As a leader, he demonstrated courage, resilience, and a profound sense of justice. His intelligence allowed him to articulate a vision for equality and civil rights, but it was his character that inspired a nation to follow him on the path of nonviolence and love. As students,
You are at a crucial stage where you are building the foundation for your future. Embrace this opportunity to develop both your mind and your heart. Seek knowledge with curiosity and enthusiasm. Nurture your character with mindfulness and intention. And remember that your education is not just about preparing for a career, but about preparing for life. In conclusion, let us take Dr. King's words to heart and strive for an education that truly transforms us all. Let us all work to become individuals who have knowledge, compassion, and integrity. And I congratulate the 5 of you, and good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Galden. As you've seen this remarkable event, and you've heard from past recipients of the award and from the current ones today, I think that maybe those in the viewing audience, certainly those in the audience tonight, wonder, well, how can I help? And over the years in the formation of this committee, the Burnett families, the Dixon families, Dwight Hawes, who was instrumental in helping to start fundraising activities over the years so that we could see the long line that you see in your programs of students that were able to benefit from it. In the 56 years, 5-6, that we have been around, the one thing about the committee is that we've looked for innovation and for constantly trying to stay relevant to the world around us at this point. And a few years ago, we were able to come up with a wonderful event with a wonderful committee, the Sustainability Committee, that put together an event called Savor for Scholars. And so I would like to call Susan Wyckoff forward, who is the great chair of that committee, to talk about that and about another wonderful, exciting opportunity, Crawford Gibbs, that will be coming up in a few weeks. Susan?
I think I just got elevated to chair. Wow. I could have asked first. So first of all, I am so thrilled to be here and to see the fruits of the efforts that we put in. All 5 of you are amazing, and I'm exhausted just listening to everything that you've been able to do and still keep those grade point averages, and I'm excited for your future. I want to tell you that as a single parent, when my youngest was in college, I certainly appreciate the benefit of a scholarship. So many things are more possible with help, right? And so I think that the question is, how do we help? And so that's what Joe was referring to. And I feel like it's almost like putting on a play, and this is the show. This is the culmination of everything. And it's so exciting to be in the audience and see it. But the fact is that there's a lot of backstage work that goes on to make this happen and to keep it happening year after year. And so there is a fundraising event that we do every year called Savor for Scholars, and it is an international food fest that is designed to show all of the cultures that we embrace here in Meadville and all of those foods. And it's a way for us to raise money. So we sell tickets, and we have auctions, and we have gift baskets, and it's a delightfully successful event. And this year, although the tally isn't 100% final, I'm happy to report that that event is adding over $18,000 to our endowment fund. Yay. And the truth is that in order to continue our work year over year, we have to grow the endowment fund. So in terms of volunteering your time, in terms of attending and supporting financially, that's a great opportunity. And we are grateful every year to pretty much sell out the event. And so we're going to continue our endeavor there. But the other opportunity that we have is to do Crawford Gives. And I think most everyone's aware. If you're not, you will be by the time you leave. There are little cards on the table. Crawford Gives is an opportunity for the community as a whole to come together and choose those organizations that you wish to support. And so our scholarship fund is always on that list, and we would encourage you to consider us as you look at that list. So for the 5 graduates, I want to remind you that you are from a community that loves and supports you. That's how this is happening. And I would encourage you, even if you can only give $5, to do so through Crawford Gives. It's a good opportunity to start thinking outside of ourselves and giving a little bit back. I graduated from Meadville High School a very long time ago. And I was gone for a really long time. And I came back at the end of 2009 to help my folks. And what I want to tell you is that this community is so amazing, and I have learned so much from being a part of it and working in it and getting to know people. I met Dr. Dixon raking rocks when we were starting a community garden. Did you know she raked rocks? I didn't. But in any case, I would encourage you to think about coming back, either to add to the community as you complete your education or to come back and participate in events. But that's how we sustain, and that's how we continue to give scholarships, and that's how we continue to help ease the burden, because post-secondary education is not inexpensive, and we don't want you graduating with a boatload of debt. We want to help you along the way. So Savor for Scholars is an event that occurs in April every year. We hope you'll join us. We do encourage recipients to come back and talk at the event or help volunteer at the event. And then Crawford Gives, whatever amount you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Crawford Gives this year will be August 24th through 27th. And you can find more information about Crawford Gives going on the webs, looking at crawfordgives.org. So we encourage you. There are a lot of great organizations in this town. We like to think we're one of them. And we encourage you from August 24th to 27th to please keep us in your thoughts on that day. Now, at this point in time, it is my great pleasure to introduce our great president, Nancy Smith, who has stepped into some very big shoes and has done a remarkable job. We'll be providing our treasurer's report, acknowledgements, and introduction to the board. So FYI, board members, be ready to come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, Nancy Smith.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Unfortunately, one of the people that could not be here this afternoon is our treasurer. She broke her foot, but managed to get to her daughter's wedding, so we were all very happy for that. But she is not able to come here to give the treasurer's report. So I'd just like to tell everybody the good news is that the activities that we did this year, of course, Sue told you about Savor for Scholars and what was made there, but we also do the Beloved Community. And if you're not aware of the Beloved Community, look for that. We usually do it February or so, and it's at the Meadville Middle School, and it's really just a great event. We invite all sorts of community people and organizations to come and set up a table and tell you about what they do. And it's a wonderful event, and it did not lose us any money this year. Yay. So, but please consider coming to that. We also sponsor, one of the sponsors of the Martin Luther King birthday celebration in January, and we did not lose any money at that one either. So yay! And so it's been a very good year for us, actually. And so I'd just like to say that financially we're in fine shape, but we can always use more, because the more we get, the more we can give out in scholarships. And I'm so happy that we're able to increase the amount each year, but I want to keep doing that. And as college costs go up and up, we need to up and up the money we can give for scholarships. So please consider Crawford Gives in August. All right, I'd also like to acknowledge everyone that's responsible for tonight, especially Reverend Burnett. She does a fabulous job of organizing this. But also on the last page of your program, there's a very long list of acknowledgments. And rather than take the time to read them all, but please, you take the time and look at all the people that we are very grateful to have this event. The other thing I am charged with is to introduce the board. So if you are here, please stand, and I know many of our board members could not make it tonight, but that's okay. So, Mr. Joe Galbo, Reverend Melissa Burnett, I know Marilyn is not here, Dr. Dixon, even though you're not on the board, I'm going to have you stand because I'll tell you afterwards why. Okay, Mrs. Tracy Balsamo, Miss Heather Curtis, Reverend Jackie Roberson, Mr. Jim Shields, Mr. Lon Wilson, and Ms. Tiara Walford. Could you give them a round of applause? All right, and lastly, now Dr. Dixon, you have to stand up. Come on up. For those of you that may not know, and I can't believe there's anybody here that doesn't know, Dr. Dixon was the president of the MLK Scholarship Fund for many, many years and has finally passed it on so she can devote herself to the after-school program, which is what she's still running. And so in thanks for everything you have done, we would like to give you this plaque. It says, "We honor your unwavering commitment and tireless service to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Board. Your leadership and passion have left an indelible mark on our organization and community. With heartfelt gratitude, we honor your contributions and enduring legacy." Thank you, Dr.
Oh my goodness. You know, all I could say is thanks to each of you because you make it happen. Thank you for working with me and with our board all these years. God bless you.
Well, this has been truly a great and wonderful event. And I wonder if I could recall again to the stage Reverend Cameron Bowman from the pastor of St. John Missionary Baptist Church to provide a benediction.
Again, let us pray. Dear loving Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, we come before your presence at this hour. Thank you for allowing us to come before your presence knowing that you hear us. Thank you for being good to us. Thank you for the wonderful ceremony that we have just had. Thank you for each and every one of us. Thank you for all the visitors that came to this event. Thank you for each and every one of us who attended this great celebration. And I pray that you always be with us. Thank you for hearing and answering our prayer. In your most holy name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the 56th annual MLK Scholarship Corporation. We thank everybody present here in the room and also our great viewing audience in Armstrong. And remind everybody, Crawford Gives is coming in August. Please remember us to help us to be able to do the great work like we have done today. Thank you so much, everyone.